Hi, I am attorney LaTonya Askew. I am the founder of Askew Law and Mediation. Here at Askew Law and Mediation, we primarily focus on personal injury, family law, and criminal law. We also do mediations, and I am a Georgia certified guardian ad litem. My object for today is this blue writing pen.
Can you describe your object?
My object is this blue writing pen. My blue writing pen reminds me of serenity, wisdom, safety, loyalty. Loyalty to my clients.
For those unfamiliar, can you explain what an attorney does?
Oh my goodness, what does an attorney not do? Courts typically calls us counselors because we're counselors of law. We counsel our clients. We are, and I know with me, typically I'm available 24 hours a day via text message, via email. Some of my clients have my personal cell phone number. Anything that they have an issue with, there could be a small problem, they're calling me. So when you ask what do attorneys do, or can I describe what attorneys do, we counsel. We counsel our clients.
How does an attorney differ from a lawyer?
An attorney differs from a lawyer. A lawyer is someone that has graduated from law school. An attorney is someone that has actually passed their state bar.
What services does your law office provide?
My law offices provide services in personal injury. That includes, not limited to, slip and fall, dog biting, auto accidents, also family law having to do with custody, child support, contempt, TPOs, which are temporary protective orders, ex parte orders. And also criminal law, we deal with misdemeanors and felonies that could have to do with DUI, traffic tickets, drug charges, gang affiliated charges. We pretty much handle everything.
What does mediation encompass?
Mediation encompasses you have two people that they more or less they don't get along. So you have a plaintiff and you have a defendant and you have a neutral. A neutral is someone such as myself. I don't know the plaintiff, I don't know the defendant, and I don't know their case. And I come in and I attempt to help the parties to resolve whatever issues they may have. Along with that mediation, the plaintiff may have an attorney and the defendant may also have an attorney. So really, all three of us, the plaintiff's attorney, the defendant's attorney, and myself, we try to assist the parties with coming up with a resolve, help them resolve any and all issues. Mediation is very, I would say very open. It is not as stuffy as going to court. It's more relaxed. And you're trying to avoid having to go to court, and you're trying to avoid giving all the power to someone in a black robe that does not know you and that could potentially make a ruling that is not in your favor. So mediation is a good start to you resolving whatever issues you may have with the other party.
How does your object aid in the everyday task in your industry?
I take notes. You have a lot of attorneys that like to use their laptops a lot. I do use my laptop, but notes, handwritten notes, are sometimes better than you actually typing everything in your computer. I can use my blue writing pen, my object, to do post-its for reminders. That's not what a laptop does. And you may have an Apple Watch that reminds you to do something, but I find that post-it notes are better. I also find that writing notes to my assistant, my paralegal, or anyone else can sometimes be better. Sometimes I meet with clients. A client may not have a computer, or we may have an elderly client or a client that may not be privy to using a computer or electronics, and notes help. So this pen helps with clients that need assistance. They also aid with when I'm in court and the judge says, hey, I would like attorney Askew to draw up my order. Well, drawing up the order typically means you have won that case. When that judge pronounces his order and he asks one or the other attorneys to draft that order, that attorney that he chooses typically has won the case. So I get to draw up the judge's order based on the pronouncement of the court. And the best part is when the judge orders attorney fees. This blue object, this blue writing pen, helps me write down how much attorney fees my client has been granted. And that's typically the best part of the day.
What does a typical workday look like for you?
The typical work day for me starts about 6 o'clock in the morning. I get up, I do a lot of praying, and I ask God to show me or to give me some teachable lessons. And anything that you encounter, you always want to have a teachable lesson. I also use that time to meditate. I like to be by myself. I also use that time to go over my notes, to go over my emails, to look over everything. About 9 o'clock, I'm ready to log in to start any appointments that I may have having to do with consultations, having to do with Zoom court. Since the pandemic back in 2020, a lot of courts have virtual hearings, and a lot of clients, when they contact Askew Law, they don't necessarily want to come in. They either want to do FaceTime, they want to do Zoom, and they want to have their appointments virtually. So I spend time going over notes. I also spend time filing motions, filing petitions, answering emails, speaking to clients on the phone. There are some times where I spend so much time speaking to clients on the phone, I haven't even gotten through my emails. So my workday could last after 5 p.m., where I may not be able to log off my laptop till about 8 or 9, or my desktop, depending on where I am. Sometimes I take that time to possibly go to Starbucks and to get a different types of scenery. And then, of course, when I'm in the office, I'm pretty much staying on my desktop and pretty much staying on my phone. So to answer your question, I can possibly spend maybe 14, 15 hours doing work in a day. After my work day ends, if it does end at an appropriate time, I'm able to work out, because if attorneys will tell you, if you don't work out, your body wears down.
What is your advice for young women of color currently in law school?
My advice is understand everything that you learn in law school, you will likely not use once you become an attorney. Understand that. You need to pass the bar, learn in law school, but don't try to take in so much information. Take in what you need. It's kind of like a fish. My dad always says, it's like a fish bone. You eat the meat is what you need, and you spit out the bones. The bones is not what you need. So what I've learned is, from law school, when taking the bar exam and when taking exams, multiple choice questions in law school and with the bar exam, I typically don't use that. What I do use is writing, your writing skills. CRAC. If you go to law school, you know what CRAC is. CRAC, conclusion, rule, analysis, conclusion. And then you also have IRAC, issue, rule, analysis, and conclusion. So I would tell any young woman law student, focus on your writing skills. Focus on your writing skills, because you will need those writing skills when you become an attorney. And notice I said when you will become an attorney. You will become an attorney.
Final question. How can our audience get in touch with you?
Oh, awesome question. Feel free to get in contact with my office at info@askewlaw.com. That's INFO at AskewLaw, ASKEW, lawlaw.com. And our office phone number, 404-919-1779. And please feel free to follow us at Askew Law and Mediation on Facebook, and also Askew Law and Mediation on Instagram. We look forward to hearing from you.